Quiero empezar a entender a los hombres que se alejan completamente de las mujeres y a los MGTOW y en general. Digo, yo no puedo decir que me he alejado de las mujeres porque yo como quiera, yo salgo y de vez en eh, cuando salgo con mis wingmans y eso, pues cogemos, güey. Si vamos a un barecillo y la madre, pues tienes ahí un one night stand de vez en cuando. O sea, yo como quiera cojo, estoy activo. Pero hay muchos hombres que se alejan completamente y dicen, no hay pedo, yo ya no quiero saber nada. Los empiezo a entender, los empiezo a entender. Porque yo, pues no tenemos citas como tal para una relación, porque pues está cabrón, pero pues tenemos ahí contacto físico con estas féminas. Pero esa es la razón por la cual muchos hombres, y lo entiendo, ya no quieren saber absolutamente nada de las morras, güey. Nada.
Women really don't care about a man's struggles. They wait for the winners. It's why we see women leave relationships 7 or 8 times out of 10. And it's not because he's a winner. It's not because he's chasing excellence and accomplishing great things in his life. It's usually because things aren't working out for him.
Guys, I just got back from a Hinge date. Why am I doing this to myself? So we scheduled to go to dinner. We are sitting at the restaurant. Seems very nice. Not a catfish. Things are going well.
Ok, nada catfish significa... es un término que utilizan aquí para decir... cuando en las redes sociales, en las dating apps, te ves de una forma y en persona eres completamente diferente. Eso es un catfish, que normalmente lo hacen ellas. Pero bueno, ella dice, oh, no es un catfish. Está bien, todo está saliendo bien, la cita y no sé qué. Pero algo pasó, vamos a ver.
And the waitress comes over. She wants to take her order. And I said, okay, I'm going to take the branzino. And he said, I'm going to take the burger. And the waitress asked him, okay, how do you like your burger? He said how he likes his burger. And do you want some cheese on your burger? And he asked, is this going to be extra? And she says, yes, it's $3 extra. And he said, okay, then never mind. Over there, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my branzino and see what happens. And he's like, oh my God, you have to pay extra for everything these days. And I'm like, yeah, it's New York City. So I got my branzino. He got his burger. We were eating. And once I was satisfied, I got up and I was like, I'm going to the restroom for a second. And I took my purse and I went to the waitress and I was like, hey, I just want to pay the bill. And I just paid the bill and walked out of the restaurant and I texted him. So I texted him, the check is taken care of. You should have gotten the cheese. And I blocked him.
This woman.
Oh my God. Por un lado dice, está bien. El vato, pues, o sea, ustedes no tienen que mostrar esas pendejadas, esas debilidades o esas actitudes. Está bien, lo entiendo. Pero por otro lado, güey, qué pinche actitud es más mierda de las morras, güey. Sí. O sea, no quieren enfrentarse a situaciones. O sea, los hombres sí nos podemos enfrentar a sus traumas, a sus cosas, a su pasado, a sus problemas, pero ya no se quieren enfrentar a nada, güey. A nada. O sea, enfréntate como mujer madura que eres, estás teniendo una cita, enfréntate a eso. Ok, lo que hizo el hombre no estuvo bien, por supuesto. ¿Por qué andas ahí diciendo, mostrando tus carencias y la madre va a ser extra y quejándote? Obviamente lo ven mal y eso es un motivo para ya no salir contigo. Pero la morra, pues, bien mamona, güey. Esa se va, paga la cuenta, se sale al restaurante y luego le manda un mensaje, hey, no te preocupes, ya está todo pagado, lees el otro y lo bloqueas, güey. Eso es lo que te esperas. Ese tipo de comportamiento, ese tipo de actitud es el que te esperas en las citas hoy en día. Desagradable, güey, completamente.
Needs to delete Hinge and find a therapist. She got angry at the guy because he wanted to save money on something that was overpriced. These are the women who are doing the most stupidest things and then ask the internet, why am I single? What's wrong with him not wanting the cheese? But at least he dodged a bullet and got a free meal out of it.
A huevo.
Here's why dating is so much harder for a woman than a man. In heterosexual relationships, the older I get, the more that I realize the difference between women and men when they date is tied to the fact that women don't feel like they deserve the partner they want. Because they haven't lost that elusive 5 pounds or climbed the corporate ladder high enough or done enough yoga to become so zen that they don't react to a Chad's bad behavior and instead go do more yoga. Because bending ourselves into a meditative pretzel is somehow going to solve the fact that we're single and frustrated about being single. As far as I can tell, heterosexual men rarely feel like I'm not good enough for the woman that I want, and instead mean I want to go find a better woman than the one that I have when they tell you that I'm not ready for a relationship. And while I'll always advocate for self-improvement, it's also totally okay to love who you are even if you're not where you want to be, because the best version of yourself is not the only version of yourself that deserves a beautiful life. So if all you do today is watch this video and then go eat a tub of cookie dough and then try to make yourself feel better that at least it was vegan cookie dough, then realize that this version of yourself still deserves the man who loves and respects you, because the best version of yourself is the honest version. Cheers.
Yo cuando veo una asiática así, con ese comportamiento, simplemente me hace, no sé, hace pensar muchas cosas desagradables, güey. Porque si de por sí, estas morras son especiales, son piquis, que tú quieras, obviamente sale nada más con vatos de cierto, bueno, en general, pero ellas, que, muchas de ellas, vatos con de su misma raza, etcétera. Y luego todas se ponen sus moños, se ponen a actuar así, tienen esa actitud, güey. Haciendo videos, no les hagan caso.
Whenever I hear a woman say dating is harder for women than it is for men, I automatically know they don't know what they're talking about. Most guys on dating apps are struggling to even get a date, unless they're at the top 1% of men every woman wants. It's really hard for that average man to get a date. Even an average woman gets more attention than an average man on those apps. That man must make something out of himself.
Talk about I got a reputation, Steve. I used to be a hoe. I ain't no hoe no more. I ain't been no hoe in a long time, Steve. A long time. I'm trying to change.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little minute. For a little minute.
How long?
About a year.
A year. It's good.
Yeah, that's real good.
You were promiscuous and now you're not.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
Así que solía ser una hoe. Bueno, una hoe, saben lo que es. Y ahora ya no. Fíjate nada más. Cuando una chica es promiscua, güey. Esa mamada, no se crean ese cuento chino de que, oh, yo ya pasé por esto, yo ya hice esto, ahora ya no. Las antes sí, ahora no. Es cierto. Siguen siendo solamente con ciertos hombres. Ya no con todos. Antes era, pues, sigue su madre, güey. Estaba joven, me valía madre. Pero ahora nada más con los chats. Los hombres buenos que trabajen por mí. Claro, por supuesto.
Men, stop taking these women on dates that have no intention of taking you seriously. And this is what I mean. A lot of women are going to hate me for what I'm about to say, but I'm just trying to tell y'all the real. A lot of women in the dating scene only go on dates just for the free food, to finesse free food.
I agree.
Yeah, men do love crazy bitches. They have always loved crazy bitches. They always will. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what any man says. It is fucking facts. And if he has a different type of woman for his wife or for anything else, it's just because she was convenient and easy to settle down with. It was just the woman in front of him. Other than that, every man wants a crazy woman and wants to marry a crazy woman and wants to reproduce with a crazy woman if he has the opportunity.
Una morra con tatuajes, güey, y con este pedo en la nariz. No, es como chingados saca los mocos, güey. Imagínate cuando está enferma que se tiene que quitar esa madre, ¿no? Qué hueva. Y este tipo de morras dando este tipo de consejos y hablando así en redes sociales es simplemente... Es algo fuera de este mundo ya, güey. Eso es totalmente un delirio que... ¿A dónde vamos a llegar con esto?
Crazy girls are for pleasure, not for marriage. That's what these women get confused. He would not want to put a ring on your finger so he can deal with your craziness for the rest of his life. That's a no-go.
My 16-year-old is diving into the world of dating. She says to me the other day, why is it that the people who treat you the best are the ones that you're not interested in at all? Oh, fuck me hard in the ass. We are now diving into the journey of bad boys and bad decisions.
So he doesn't take you out on real dates and only invites you over to his
Mira tú,
house.
su niña de 16 años, ella que tiene un cincuentón, ya está en eso y ya le está dando problemas, ya le está causando problemas. Desde morrita, con los chats, con el carrusel, y va a terminar posiblemente igual que ella.
And then afterwards you guys go to Panda Express after he smashes. He probably doesn't really like you, babe. And it's no hate, but if he really liked you, he's gonna invite you out on a real date, go see the Christmas tree lights, he's gonna take you ice skating, Top Golf, you're gonna meet his friends, he's gonna talk about you with his family. If you constantly have to guess whether that man likes you or not, he probably just doesn't, and that's okay. There's 7 billion people out here. You're gonna find somebody, don't worry about it.
Very best piece of advice I've ever gotten when it comes to dating is this. Find a man who wants to be a husband, not a man that wants a wife. There's a difference in the amount of capacity he will have for you, the amount of unconditional care he can give, his willingness to serve versus a neediness to be served, and in his ability to consider your experience instead of getting consumed by his own. I'm
Oh
going
my
to
God, ahora imagínate dónde están llegando. O sea, ella quiere y busca un hombre que quiera ser esposo y no una mujer, y no un hombre que quiera una esposa. Lo que quiere dar a entender con esto es, bueno, como lo está explicando, obviamente quiere que le sirvan a prácticamente a todo, a sus que estén a sus pies. O sea, ese de quiero un hombre que quiera ser esposo es quiero un pinche sim que esté ahí conmigo detrás de mí todo el tiempo. ¿Para qué? Para no sentir ninguna atracción por él. No un hombre que quiera una esposa, porque el hombre que quiera una esposa implica que la esposa tiene que servir, tiene que hacer, tiene que ser tradicional, tiene que comportarse, tiene que ser... O sea, ellas no quieren hacer nada por... El resumen es, yo quiero un hombre que haga todo por mí sin yo tener que hacer nada por él. ¿Por qué? Porque yo soy mujer y porque me lo merezco. Esa es la mentalidad de la mujer moderna.
just start living by this because that is so great.
I agree with that message because everyone seems to get it confused. But that advice goes both ways. That man also needs to find a woman who wants to be a wife. Like I said before, you need to find someone who share the same life goals that you do. Most of these women today just want the wedding but not the marriage. Choose wisely, fellas.
If a man is not actively taking you on dates, it's a no. It's a no. Especially in the early stages. There should be no, come over to my place, let me come over to your place, let's watch a movie. They need to be actively taking you out, going to do activities, going to see stuff. And then if you want to have movie nights and stuff like that in between, yeah, but every time you hang out shouldn't be at one of your houses. And you need to set that boundary from the beginning, girl. Like, if they start insinuating, like, come over, come to my place, no. Cut that off so quick. Make it so clear, like, hey, I'm not looking for that. Like, we need to go on dates. And usually that'll weed off the guys who don't want anything serious pretty quick. If they're not actively trying to take you out, go out and do things, go out and have new experiences, it's a no. That's what dating is, bitch. It's not come over to my place, let's watch a stupid movie and hook up. Like, that's a hookup, not a date. Do not let them play you, bitch. Don't do it.
No wonder why these women are single. A man you are getting to know should not be actively taking you on a date. These women don't even know what the dating stage is for. They want you to treat them like you're their boyfriend already by spending all your money on them. They can keep screaming dating is hard or it's dead because they're the ones that killed it.
Exacto. Ellas son las que han acabado con esto, las relaciones, con con todo este pedo. Y son las mismas que se quejan de eso. Es increíble cómo no se dan cuenta. Y sí, claro, obviamente el beneficio solamente, el dating es beneficio solamente es para ellas. Porque las sacas, inviertes esto y los hombres pierden tiempo, güey. No solamente pierden dinero, recursos, pierden tiempo, güey. Y el tiempo es currency, o sea, el tiempo es un activo que tenemos que cuidar los hombres. Pero bueno, hazlos entender y hazlas entender. Está cabrón, güey.